A Thermopolis police sergeant has been cleared of any criminal charges in the shooting death of a suspect in April. Governor Mark Gordon played referee in a verbal sparring match between the Wyoming Secretary of State and the state's treasurer. And passers-by were startled to see a Toyota Tundra in the middle of the Bighorn River near Thermopolis on Thursday. Bringing you these stories and more from Wyoming's largest news organization, I'm Wendy Kaur for Cowboy State Daily. The Thermopolis police sergeant who shot a suspect to death in April was justified under criminal law, but he entered the man's home illegally to force the fatal confrontation. That was the analysis of a special prosecutor who said that Sergeant Mike Mascoro may face civil consequences in the death of 33-year-old Buck Larimore, but he will not be prosecuted criminally in the case. Cowboy State Daily's Claire McFarland explains that the case exposed a conflict between two Wyoming self-defense laws.
The Castle Doctrine has a caveat where you can't use deadly force on a person breaking into your home if it is a police agent in the course of his duties. On the other hand, under our stand your ground law, Sergeant Mascoro wasn't justified to fire back because he was not lawfully in the home.
Sweetwater County Attorney Daniel Aramus, the special prosecutor on the case, pointed out that when it came down to the shot that killed Larimore, Mascoro acted as a reasonable person would in defending his own life. Governor Mark Gordon had to intervene more than once during Thursday's State Loan and Investment Board meeting to break up Secretary of State Chuck Gray and State Treasurer Kurt Meyer as they took verbal shots at each other over anti-coal investing. Political reporter Leo Wolfson said the argument flared up during a discussion about a financial firm the board had decided to hire as a state private credit investment manager.
Gray accused Meyer's office of not being transparent about the agreement, and Meyer obviously took offense to that, and Gordon kind of had to get in the middle of those two.
Under the terms of the investment agreement, the investment firm, KKR, states that it does not intend to invest in any portfolio company engaged primarily in or in properties acquired solely for the mining of coal or the production or distribution of coal-based energy. Well, it was a real wildlife rumble in Yellowstone National Park this week when 3 grizzly bears fought for 3+ hours over the carcass of a bull elk that had been killed in a battle to the death with another bull. Outdoors reporter Mark Hines spoke with aspiring wildlife filmmaker Josh Bruni, who was lucky enough to be there to catch great footage of the grizzlies tussling with each other and feasting on the fallen elk for 3 hours on Wednesday.
We found this spot where a bull elk had killed another bull elk in a fight, and then after the one elk was killed by the other, a grizzly bear came along and claimed the carcass of the elk and started eating it, and then 2 other grizzly bears came along and they wanted some of it, so it kind of turned into this grizzly shoving match.
Hines said Bruni hopes to market his prime footage of the grizzly tussle to major outlets such as National Geographic. I'll be back with more news right after this.
At Hilltop Bank, we understand that buying a home is a big decision. That's why we're here to be your trusted partner on the path to home ownership. Our experienced mortgage team will guide you every step of the way, from pre-approval to closing. We offer competitive rates and a wide variety of home loan options to best suit your needs. With our local knowledge and personalized service, you'll feel confident and comfortable throughout the entire home buying process. Contact us today to start your journey toward home ownership. Hilltop Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
State Senator Cale Case and Lander City Attorney Adam Phillips have clashed over people being allowed to camp free in Lander City Park. Cowboy State Daily's Claire McFarland reports that the city attorney in Lander is advising the town against charging people to camp in the city park, saying it would be using taxpayer money to compete with local businesses, while Case, the lawmaker who crafted a law on government competition, said he disagrees with Phillips' interpretation.
The city attorney came and said, nope, if we charge fees, it's unfair competition against private campgrounds. And the city councilors and now Senator Cale Case have pushed back saying, isn't offering it for free more competitive?
Lander City Councilwoman Missy White told Cowboy State Daily that if Case has issues with the way people are interpreting state law, he can make those laws clearer. And it was a great day for fishing on the Bighorn River in Thermopolis Thursday. One angler found a perfect location, but sadly forgot one detail: detaching his pickup from the boat. Cowboy State Daily's Andrew Rossi reports that a blue Toyota Tundra and its attached trailer were close to a boat ramp near the McDonald's on the Bighorn River in Thermop, but in the middle of the river.
The Thermopolis Police Department wasn't available to comment at the time, but they've assured everybody that there was nobody in danger, nobody was hurt, and arrangements have been made to tow the truck and trailer out of the Bighorn River at some point.
The good news is that the truck's windows were rolled up and it seemed to settle in an area that kept the engine from being completely submerged. That should mitigate some of the potential water damage. And that's today's news. Get your free digital subscription to Wyoming's only statewide newspaper by hitting the subscribe button on CowboyStateDaily.com. I'm Wendy Core for Cowboy State Daily.